2.1 is soon upon us, and it brings with us our second ever limited support character, Ukunami Yuzuha. Now, I've had a great privilege to try her out for most of this week on the test servers, and in this video I'm gonna talk about how strong is Yosua, and what level of improvement to your existing characters can you expect if you choose to pull for her. Hello everybody, my name is Hako and welcome to the channel. Earlier on in the week, I think it was Wednesday morning, I put out a video like my impressions of Yosua after having tried her out for 24 hours. Now we're coming up to like 72 hours that I've had access to her, and I've now had time to like put out a guide, put out a showcase, and like really get to feel Yosua out with a bunch of different teams. And now I've also activated Mindscapes on Yosua to like feel her out at M1 and at M2, so now I can also talk about that. And first and foremost, do I think that she's gonna be a good character and a worthwhile one to pick up? Yes, 100%. For me personally, Yosua was a lot stronger than I was expecting her to be. As a generalist buffer, she is able to provide Astra level of buffs and results, but for Anomaly teams, she is a buff of around 30 to 35% compared to Astra. So in Deadly Assault, for example, if I was able to get 40,000 with Astra, if I slotted her out and put in Yosua, I then on average could achieve 52,000. This can of course vary depending on the enemy. Now where Yosua really shines is when she's paired up with two other Anomaly characters that can both use her buffs. And there isn't a single Anomaly character in the game currently that she works bad with. She is by far the best installed teammate to any of these characters that you see here. And let's address the engine situation. Whenever we get a character that like needs to signature engine in order to like max out one of their buffs, then a lot of the times you will hear that the engine is a must pull. Now in Yosua's case, I do not agree. Her engine is extremely good if you have a full Anomaly team, but there are some extremely potent options if you don't want to go for it. If you have Astra's engine, that one works great on her. If you have Kaboom the Cannon, also excellent, and also Weeping Cradle. On my own account, Weeping Cradle is one of the engines I keep picking up like no matter what, and it is now 3-star. At 2 or 3 stars, this basically becomes Yosua's second best engine. This amount of energy regen is better than any 60% as an advanced stat, and because Yosua damages the enemies every second, you will always have like 100% uptime of the debuff. And the drop in overall score that I've seen in Deadly Assault has been 45,000 with signature engine down to between 41 and 42,000 with either Astra's Kaboom or Weeping Cradle. And while we're on the subject of the engine, let's talk that versus Mindscapes. The engine is your best first stop investment if you want to like increase the potency of Yosua. And I found the engine to be around an 18% increase. Now Yosua's M1 is not the best that we've ever seen. It's quite a small upgrade that adds on around 8% power. But listen up now, the big kicker is the M2. The devs themselves have said that this is the strongest M2 that they've ever released, and I think I agree because I'm not sure what would rival it. I activated Yosua's M2 last night and I was absolutely freaking blown away. I found the M2 being able to provide 30% better scores than her compared at M0. So if I was pulling 45,000 scores at M0, I was now pulling 57,000 scores. And now the real kicker for me personally with M2 is that it's not just an increase of numbers, it actually severely impacts how your team is played. What M2 does, I'll slap it on screen, but basically it is a bit of a cranking of number. It makes her Tanuki buff even that more potent, but it also allows you to do chain attacks every 20 seconds. And now I think the real winner of the M2 is gonna be Alice, because she is very incentivized to be doing chain attacks. But even in the roster that we have, having this free, easy access to chain attacks is a game changer, and Vivian is one of the big winners when it comes to that, but so is every other Anomaly character as well, because chain attacks does give you a massive amount of decibels, and you will really like feel how much more you're gonna be able to ultimate with an M2 active. And now I just want to be clear, Yosua is so freaking extremely strong at M0, even without her engine. So you don't need M2 at all. It is like one of the biggest like overkill Mindscapes that I've ever seen. And it is the literal definition of winning more. So absolutely do not think that you have to go for it or that you have to go for Yosua at all. Your account will be super fine skipping Yosua, but it will be a hell of a lot more potent with a Yosua in it. I'm just giving you my unfiltered thoughts after having activated it. And my original plan with Yosua was M0, and then if I were to go Mindscapes, I would probably like Mindscape up Alice. But after having unlocked M2 with Yosua and like felt the power of that, I am severely debating selling a couple of my toes and try to go for M2 Yosua, because it is a game changer. And had it just been a cranking of numbers, I wouldn't have been that interested in it. The Mindscapes that really gets me is when it makes combat more fun, and I just found it be a lot more fun with the M2. But I had the same opinions after testing out Yishuan's M2, and it was what I was aiming for, but I got shafted hard and I was not able to even closely bring that home. And you know what? My account has been fine nonetheless. So TLDR, if you decide to go for Yosua, how strong is she and what results can you be expecting? As a support for Anomaly teams at M0, you can expect a 30% increase to your Anomaly teams, 5% give or take depending on what boss you're fighting. Outside of Anomaly teams as a general buffer, you can expect Astra level results. At M2 she skyrockets, and you can expect results sometimes as big as 50% higher than with the second best M0 option. For pull recommendations, I think I put Yuzuha as a 6, and quite frankly, I think I have to put Yosua at a 10 or a 9.5 out of 10. But the best pulling advice comes from yourself. Listen to your heart. Do you have no interest in Yosua, you think her design is boring, you hate tanukis, skip her. Your account will be fine without her, and I know a lot of people are super interested in Orpheus, and I think it's a very high chance that she is coming on the patch after Sublet 2.2 and possibly together with Seed. And before Yosua's banner is done, we are gonna have full info on who is actually coming, so holding off and not pulling day one is always a smart choice, because then you can make a more informed decision if you'd rather have the ones coming afterwards. So yeah, everybody, let me know your plans down below for Yosua, and if you have any additional questions, slap them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. The footage you've been seeing is from the creator server and it's already appeared either in my showcase or in my Yosua guide, linked down in the description. And all my testing, all my thoughts are based on my experience with Yosua on the creator servers, so changes might apply before she hits live, and if there's any changes, I'll tell you all about it. Everybody, as always, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, Hako out.